may you introduce yourself and say a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Rebecca Tandon. I work in broadcasting. So I do radio, TV, some voice stuff. So that's basically what we're going to be chatting about, my career and everything to do with it.
Yeah. Ooh. So, like working in media, how would you say diversity is like working behind the scenes and like what you've experienced so far?
Yeah, honestly, I would say starting. So I've been working in media for like 6 years, but professionally like three. And growing up, it was never something that I saw as something that was diverse. It's
Yeah.
definitely changed, but even like to this day that I would go to events, it was not only like diversity, but I was the only young colored girl of any sort of ethnicity that was there.
Wow,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so it was like a bit overwhelming, but it's sad. It was just something that I got used to, and I was like, well, I guess this is it. It's definitely been a bit of a change for sure.
Yeah.
But when I first started, there was no one that I could look to and be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, this is the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
No, not at all. But it's definitely changed. And I think that they're purposely making a difference. But I will say that sometimes the stuff you see on TV, they sometimes just put people just to show. But like the behind the scenes of a lot of things, it's really not diverse at all.
Really?
Yeah, so like whether that
Well,
being the camera people, the tech people, it's really not as diverse as you would think. And it's sad because it's almost like, oh, so are you putting people in front of the camera to like show that you're diverse, but like you're not actually. But I don't know. I will say there has been a change though, definitely.
so how do you think it has changed over the years? Like there's more people of color behind the scenes as well, or like
Yeah.
I guess
I
yeah.
would say there has been a change of diversity for sure. And I think they've really, especially big companies, like that really matters because they have the biggest audience. And I think they've been showing, they've been having for the Black Lives Matter movement, they've been putting all the hosts that are people of color to speak up. So they're definitely, it's not like we're completely shutting everyone off. There's
Yeah.
definitely showing some sort of support and care. But again, when I first started, it was almost like a fake diversity to just show
Right.
people on camera to say, we're not, we're exclusive, blah, blah. But I'm like, but everyone behind the camera, there's no diversity. So that would be like a big issue that I would pick up on.
Mm.
But I definitely think now there has been quite a change.
What
Yeah.
draws you into it, if you don't mind me asking?
Honestly, I just love being able to entertain people. I love TV, but radio I love a bit more just because TV sometimes it's very scripted. You
Yeah.
have to like sometimes be a certain way. But radio, you get to like connect with people all over Canada. They call in to be like, and you get to just chat. It's almost like going on live with people that you've never met and just like chat about things you like. They call in to be like, hey, like I relate to that. Let's chat about that. I like this artist too. It's a cool way to connect with people, but also I get to entertain. Like I was never
Right.
someone who was shy to be in front of like audiences or like speak. So it's just been like, oh, broadcasting, that's a career I could get into where I just get to talk. And then it just stuck with me. I just love all things music and entertainment. So here I am.
So do
So
you think that like social media is technically your own broadcasting show kind of thing? Like
yeah,
in a way?
100%. Especially for like if it's someone like me where I would also just brand myself as me on social media. So if I'm putting like my own content out, it's definitely like my own little channel, which is like a lot of people, even like you, like Locals Festival, this is like your own little event that's happening. It's a festival, when they live stream festivals.
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like your social media, if you want to take it into you branding yourself, is you really look at it as it's your own channel.
Going back to social media, do you think that the people that you follow on social media really influence you? And like, yeah,
Yeah, I would
yeah,
100% say so. Because again, like I like to keep people that I follow, people that are like, you know, either things I can relate to. I love seeing their content. I can learn from it. Like, I don't follow some random celebrity just because I'm like, oh, yeah. I really don't even follow that many celebrities, to be honest with you. I used to. And then I got into really just wanting to follow content that related with me, because I just be following like some guy in LA and I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. I'm not learning anything. I don't like, we have nothing in common here. You can choose who you follow. If you're, you know, following all these like Instagram models, it's like, you don't have to follow them. It's okay. You can follow, you know, like regular schmegulars and put it to you.
I guess like going back to you talking about social media and like how you can choose the content you follow, and then referring back to just traditional media, with that, I guess when you flip on the news, you don't really choose what they just choose what to show you, I guess.
Yes,
right.
And that's
and like
a big thing. Yeah, we're about to spill some tea here. Listen up. A lot of these. No, don't spill that one. You drink that one. No, but a lot of big media outlets, they're given a script and it's not their opinion. It's just what they're given and they say it. And they're just a face who can present and talk and convey a message, but it's not like their true words. It's truly a teleprompter in front of them and they're reading it. So it's very... you're watching someone trusting what they're saying, but it's not their true words.
True.
It's literally some guy in like an office typing it for them, and then it goes to the teleprompter. So that's why it's hard. Like, don't put your full trust into that. And I think our generation and even younger is so good at that. At just being like, I don't care. I don't watch the news. And like, they're really into learning into and going into social media and finding like real stories. I definitely think that's a big issue where like our parents' generation will just watch the news and that's it. They don't like want to look into social media because it's like fake. But I'm like, no, it's the other way around. Like, no. But yeah, I would definitely say that mainstream media, I guess. Well, no, like I would say still watch the news, but just don't believe everything you see.
Rebecca, may you go back and tell us about like how you got started in the industry?
So again, since I was a kid, I wasn't like I was never like scared to like speak, and that was kind of like my only talent. I wasn't athletic, I wasn't into music, I wasn't like honor rolls. I was like, what is my strength in life? But I knew since I was a kid, I wanted to get into something where I can entertain and do that for a living. So when I was in grade 9, I looked into broadcasting, and like I was really into celebrities and like going to New Music Live and going to the studios. So I would start to really like research companies in Toronto. I would message hosts. I would message like VJs, RJs. I would like just email them or message them on social media and be like, hi, like I want to get into this industry. Can I shadow you for a day? And I would And I 100% recommend doing that, because like the worst thing they'll say is no. And I bet you everyone in entertainment industry, they love like sharing. They love talking. So the idea of them like talking about what they do, they would love that. Okay. So if you're someone who wants to get into media, I would message as many people as you can to say, hey, can I like shadow you for a day? Hey, can I like watch what you're doing or just learn from you? Can we, you know, after your shift, can we just chat for a bit? So yeah, then I kind of got connections from that. And then I went to college for television, radio, broadcasting, and then my teachers worked in the industry, and then I got an internship from one of them, and then I got hired. And then it's really like you just have to get your face in it and do a lot of work. There was a lot of work that had to be done that I didn't expect, because again, you hear like media and you're like, oh, that's so fun,
right?
But it was a lot of like work that I would get paid for. It would be like 10-hour days of just like nonstop stuff, and then I'd go to class, and it's like you wouldn't get paid, but it's like you kind of have to sacrifice a lot to do that to get into the industry, because you just have to get your face in it. Because media, again, it's not, oh, did you get an A+ in this class?
Yeah.
Oh. It's like people want to see your personality. People want to see what you can, how you can bring a crowd to you. Can you attract people? It's not, oh, you got an A+ in this class. Well, you're a good one here. Like, they really don't care for grades. It's how you're presenting, how you are as a person, which like is great. But you have to really let that shine. So get your face in the industry, message small, hosts. It doesn't matter. Like, just to talk with people, get their experiences. And that's what I had to do. And then I got into the industry. So I was working 5 jobs at the time. 3 of them were unpaid because two were internships and 1 was a radio gig. But I would definitely say know your limit. Like, don't be someone who's getting used. And that goes for many industries, like not just broadcasting. If you're a photographer, if you're a model, don't get taken for advantage, because once you're someone who's like, it's okay, like I just want to get into the industry. If you constantly have that mindset, you will get used, because people sometimes don't care to give you advice or anything. They just want to use free work.
Can you give us some tips, I guess, on like growing your social media, or how you personally manage your own social media accounts?
I would say be yourself, post things that you truly like. Don't be posting like, I don't even know, something that's just not you at all, because then trust me, when you are yourself and you post things that you truly want to post, you will get an audience coming to you because they can relate to you. Because again, we follow people that we can relate to. We follow people that are real. And, I don't follow, like, I don't know, some people who, like, are, like, these, like, Insta baddies. Like, that's just, you don't have to post that. If that's not you, that's okay. It's just what you're seeing. So I would say post what you truly, this is me, and this is my social media. If I look at your social media, I want to be able to be like, oh, okay, I get her vibe. I understand her personality. Because sometimes you're looking and it's like, well, I just see pictures. Like, I don't really know who this person is. So I would say be consistent, post what you truly are, because that's what you'll gain. And that's what I want. I want people to follow me that understand my humor, that, we can relate to certain things that I like. But yeah, being consistent is the biggest one.
While we're waiting, I just want to say thank you, Rebecca, for being part of the festival, and like for sharing all this like tea and like important information. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't really know broadcasting that well because of like maybe that generational gap, right? So thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for putting this entire festival. I feel like a lot of people should like check the Locals Festival page and see things that you've missed, because this is like the last day. But trust me, like, it's just, I know you've put in a lot of work, even like your sign in the back, you're so cute. But no, I appreciate you even wanting me to be a part of this. And again, everyone check out Locals Festival and check out the cause that they're supporting, which you've been supporting different causes, but the one that you're supporting for this weekend's festival.
Yes.
So thank you so much for wanting me to be a part of this. I appreciate it a ton, and all your hard work.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
We'll see you then. Yay.
Yes,
bye.
talk to you soon.